So I know I am a little late to the party on this video. I've just had a busy week and haven't had time to get in front of the camera. But I want to talk to you guys briefly about the comments of French President Emmanuel Macron just a few days ago. We have 5 kids, and that makes us often the least among our friends because it's very normal for people in our social circles, 6, 7, 8 kids. And we live in an area where it's just very kid-friendly, lots of families, people have lots of kids around here. My social media exploded because of President Macron's words, which were something like, as I always say, and that's my favorite part of what he said, by the way, as I always say, introduce me to a perfectly educated woman who has chosen to have 7, 8, 9 kids. It's saying you'll never find such a person. These women don't exist. And the context in which he said this wasn't talking about reproductive issues in Africa. Okay. Now, he wasn't speaking directly about African women in this case, but there's still just a nasty taint of racism kind of over this. And not only racism, but just French superiority. What an extremely French way of thinking. So, of course, the response to this, people started, hey, I'm an educated woman and I have a bunch of kids and blah, blah, blah. You'd be able to find exceptions, and I'm actually going to point out an exception in Europe now that is just for fun, but I'm sure you'd be able to find exceptions in France. But, by and large, that's a super European, but especially just a French way of thinking. Americans aren't really like that. But you know who's definitely not like that? Africans. I hate even saying Africans, as if it weren't one immense continent. People have different values. And the context in which Macron's comments make some sense is a snotty, upper class French context. And of course, you know what? Education equals class often, so fine, which is what makes it extremely, extremely French. And therefore so condescending, because the whole conversation was not supposed to be about French people. And since it is so very French, I actually would like to mention someone to President Macron, who is a perfectly educated woman and who has elected to have 7 kids. And it's particularly delightful, given where she's from and what she is. The German Defense Minister, Ursula von der Leyen, 60 years old, she had 7 kids, okay, doctorate, not without her controversies. A bit of a hard ass. She's under investigation right now for cozy deals, et cetera, with some, with different contractors and mercenary companies. Whatever. She's not a model of great behavior, but what she is an example of a politician, an aristocrat, because that is what she is, an aristocrat, a rich person, a highly educated person, and a European person, 7 kids. So there you go. I have introduced you. And as I said, particularly juicy that she's German. World War II, World War I, Franco-Prussian War. That's your lady. Okay, so what am I saying right now? I'm not even sure what I'm saying right now. I just wanted to mention von der Leyen, since he asked to be introduced to somebody, and just say how very annoying I find the French. Yep. let's not even explore the I'm being snotty to Africans because I'm French thing. I mean, how complex does that get? That gets into French ghettos, that gets into African colonialism, that gets into Muslim immigration, that gets into bizarre French behavior in sub-Saharan Africa, and it gets into this continued French insistence on cultural superiority that just makes me want to grab their large noses and pinch. The peace of Christ be upon you.